Well, it's June 2017 and we're on another holiday, and guess what? It's starting in a lounge at an airport, and this airport is Johannesburg, and we're en route to where? Where are we going to go? Victoria Falls. Whee! We've started our descent into Victoria Falls. We'll land on the border of Zimbabwe and Zambia and go to the hotel and have a fantastic time. Coming into land, and we can see the Victoria Falls in the distance. We have arrived in Zimbabwe, just got through all the customs, and look, we've got some stuffed animals, very good. And all the people are waiting for passengers, and we have just found our person there. Our first stop, the Victoria Falls Hotel in Zimbabwe, and obviously, as the name suggests, it's right next to the falls, which we hope to see very soon. So here we are at our first stop. Well, we've arrived at Victoria Falls Hotel, settled in now, and this is the back of it, and the view we get is from one of those windows up there. I'll show you that in a minute. We're about to have lunch. You can see the lovely Marzi, den 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 den, and the helicopters you hear all the time because they're obviously a popular tour of the falls. Well, this is the view from the hotel, and you can see the falls in terms of all the mist that rises up as the falls splash down onto the water, and the river there and the bridge is to behold. Ooh, look at that, isn't that beautiful? And we're going to get much closer to those falls probably tomorrow now, but look at the mist rising there, wonderful. Evening entertainment at the Victoria Falls Hotel. More funny dancing, this time with masks. Quite fierce looking, these people. It's out of Doctor Who. Ooh. Traditional African dancing on our first night in Africa. How good is that? Just goes on and on. Their finale emanates from a Zulu dance. Goodbye to our first night in Africa. A new day, and this is the view from our window. You can see the spray of the falls in the distance. Can't see the bridge because that's behind the tree. And we're going to see the falls. Initially, we hope, in a helicopter. Woo! Okay, here is the helicopter, which on this new day we're going to take to the Victoria Falls. Wow! We're going on the helicopter! Woo! Taking off! Wow, look at all that water! Okay, we are back at the hotel, just come back from our flight with the Angels, and here is a picture of the front of the Victoria Beautiful Falls Hotel. Den, 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 den. Well, now we're on the ground and we're going to do a walking tour of the falls, and we're about to exit the hotel down into the jungle to the entrance to the national park. Okay, we're going to begin our walk to the falls. It's going to be at least 2 kilometres long, this walk. So next scene's hopefully a waterfall. Well, here's our first view of the falls from the ground. And rainbows are apparent, and I can feel the wet of the falls from here. The wonderful Marzi and the force of the water. Just look at that water. Just away from the Devil's part of these falls, that's called the Devil's Cataract, that we just photographed, is a statue of Livingstone. And Marzi is looking like Livingstone, aren't you, Marzi? Well, we're climbing down some steps now to get the falls from a different angle from this balcony. Wow, look at all that water down there, bouncing back up again. Almost looks like a geyser. So just in case I haven't said it on the camera, this is what we've been looking at so far. Devil's Cataract, which means Devil's Waterfall. And this is the Devil's Cataract from a different angle. Look at the power. So these are the main falls, pouring down. And in the distance in the sun you can see the Livingstone Hotel on the Zambia side. The main falls. The main falls through the trees. The power of the water is apparent. The beauty is wonderful. Livingstone Island in the mist. Okay, so we're continuing our walk through this rainforest, which is adjacent to the falls, which are very misty. There's Dando, our guide, on the left, and the beautiful Marzi on the right. And we're going to see more misty falls. The Horseshoe Falls! Come to the end of our first stage of walking, and we've come to the bridge, which we see from the hotel. The oh, you see that bungee jump? What a nutter! And here we see the bridge, and that guy is jumping up and down like a nutter. And he's screaming. How silly is that? Look at these nutters. Looking down at the Zambezi River. Up, up, up. Past the bungee jumper nutters. And the bridge built in 1903. The Victoria Falls Bridge in the sun. Danger point, danger point, danger point.
You see those people down there?
Where?
Down that side, where there's a small river there. Small...
This is Livingstone Island in the mist. The sun is out on the falls as we return to the hotel. Some of our final scenes. Den, 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 den. Okay, we're returning to the exit now. There's Marzi, and with our fantastic guide Dando, the man with the knowledge, Dando and Marzi, and this is the rainforest as we go back to the exit. I can't resist one more because it's sunny and the rainbow is out. Can't resist that fantastic falls, the main falls. More rainbows, look at that. Can't get better than that. From the bottom of the rainbow to the top. Beautiful. Well, we are out of the Victoria Falls and we're about to run the gauntlet of salespeople, as well as some friendly monkeys. So outside all good national parks we have a tat shop, African tat in this case, with elephants and giraffes, and obviously a friendly salesperson trying to sell Marzi anything. Back we can see through the trees a big elephant. This is a genuine wild elephant feeding. It looks really big. Can you see his tusks? Wow. We can't get too close, we're told, but that's a big elephant, African elephant. So definitely another one there, at the back end of it.
There are 5 of them.
There's 5 elephants in this jungle, and we're just walking back to the hotel. Amazing. It is the bum of a very big elephant, and I'm not far away from it. In the jungle next to Victoria Falls Hotel. You can see his tail waving, his big legs. We can't see all of it, but I assure you that's a big elephant munching. Okay, these are the salesmen on the way back from the Victoria Hotel. Sorry. These are the salesmen which we meet on the way to Victoria Falls Hotel from the Victoria Falls, and the guide is getting fed up with us. Paid off the salesman for not selling things to us and not pestering us. We're now going back to Victoria Falls Hotel for a nice snack ahead of probably a siesta. So that means wine now. Whee! This is security to stop the elephants attacking us. Back in the serenity of the Victoria Falls Hotel, ready for our tea. Well, we're back at the hotel, and it appears that the hotel has got some visitors in the form of warthogs. Aren't they ugly? Well, these warthogs certainly like hotel grass. And to see that we're in the hotel, and you have to pan around to see the mist of the falls and keep on going round to the bridge, Victoria Falls Bridge, which we were literally staring at from the other side an hour or so ago. Another new day. It's a Monday, and this time we're going to take a walk into Victoria Falls town. So this is Victoria Falls Station. A very old station right outside the hotel complex. So this is a platform. See a train in the background there. Someone waiting for a train. Just the rolling stock standing there at the moment. Looks quite old. Going shopping across the tracks or something. Got lots of food on them. So we have a real live train coming through the station here. Person hanging out. Nice old. Woo! We're in the main town now. Very interesting restaurant, Carnivore. And over here we have the menu, and you can see there's all manner of interesting things: guinea fowl, bream, crocodile, impala, buffalo and bushbuck. Wow, that should be fun, but I'm not hungry at the moment. Okay, here's a local supermarket, and we're going to try to shop for some wine. It's all very good here. People going about their business. Back from shopping, looking over the bridge and the falls, or the mist of the falls. I'm now going to go back to the falls because it's a lovely day, and we didn't get perfect conditions yesterday, and we've come a long way, so I'm going to go back and do some highlights. The Devil's Cataract, day 2, and the sun is out more. Look at the island, look at the distant falls. Beautiful. Wow, more falls. Lovely monkeys. The main falls. Livingston in the background. The beautiful rainforest next to the falls. Lots of beautiful foliage and trees. Very beautiful, and the sky is blue. Livingston Island in the mist. Dangerous Point. This is Dangerous Point, and it's just cleared for a moment, and you can see the waterfalls opposite Dangerous Point. A beautiful rainbow from Dangerous Point, and I pan around and you see the mist and the waterfalls at the end of Dangerous Point, and there we have the marker of Dangerous Point. Mad people at Dangerous Point. Finally we get to the bridge with a nice rainbow underneath it. Journey's end in terms of this part of the falls. So it's an evening, our last evening in fact in Victoria Falls, and we're going to go on a cruise, a dinner cruise along the Zambezi River, upriver, and we're just checking in now. Our last excursion in Victoria Falls. So this looks to be the boat. Well, we've already settled in at our table. The river has plenty of boats on it, and the table looks quite posh, isn't it, Margie? And the best news is that the Merlot is free. And we're looking, the boat is now filling up, and we're going to get set off it soon. It's going to be setting off at 5 o'clock, and eventually we'll see the sunset. We're on the move, and the trees of Africa are there in silhouette. The Zambezi River, and it's quite high, so the trees are flooded but well watered. After we're paying for our dinner, I just love their names. Things like Promise and Everton and Excellent and Gift. They have fantastic African names in Zimbabwe, all based in English but all totally unusual in terms of our own understanding. Sunset is almost there. The sun is going down in Africa. Woo! Look at that! The Zambezi River after sunset. The fantastic silhouettes of the trees are apparent, and I'm going to now just zoom and zoom and zoom. Wow, the African trees on the Zambezi River. Just look at that. Margie drinking her Coca-Cola, enjoying her bread as we wait for our next course on this river cruise. But just as almost a final view across this amazing river to the trees of Africa. Look at that. Wow. Margie is enjoying her fish, and this is the last scene from our boat trip because it's all dark, and tomorrow we're going to leave the hotel and go to a different country on another boat. New day, a new country. This is the Chobe River, and we've just passed through immigration into what I believe is Namibia, and we're going to go on a boat. Not this boat, this is going to take us to a bigger boat. Okay, well, we're officially in Namibia now, all stamped, and the nice man is saying goodbye, and we're off to see the boat now. This must be the boat. Last, we're on board the Chobe Princess, enjoying a cold drink before departure. There's going to be 8 people on this boat. There's not going to be many passengers. Well, we're having lunch and just casually glanced over the boat and saw herds of elephants. Look at those, lots of elephants, and some of them quite big. There's a big one, look. Lovely to see those by the water, as you'll see from here. Look, beautiful. Okay, elephants and giraffes on the Botswana side. Dan, 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 dan.
Can confirm local.
That will be the 13th of the 6th, 17.
13th of the 6th, 17. Our first proper safari. Woo! We're going on our first excursion. Woo! There's always a keen one on every safari. Look at the one behind, he's bigger than yours. Approaching some elephants. Okay, he's pooing there. He's having a nice poo, look at that. Live poo. We're calling him Old Five Legs here.
So how old do you think he would be?
Come again?
How old?
I'm sure it's about 30 to 40. Because the fully grown one is about 60 years.
Another herd with babies. Oh look, he's having a scratch leg. Little baby scratch. Another sunset, this time on the Kobe River on our first safari day. On our way back now, we've done our first safari by boat and we're going back to the main boat for dinner. So until tomorrow, it's goodbye from the Kobe River. A new dawn on the Kobe River. And the morning safari awaits. So we're off on another cruise. Whee!
So the Stork's fishing technique. Puts his beak down open and stabs with his feet to flush things out.
Fishing eagle? There's the hippo.
Yeah, just ahead. I think that one's coming out. Look.
Yeah, there we are, that's what we need.
Yeah, that is good.
We've got some proper hippos now. Beautiful animals.
The hippo, they always feed the young ones with milk, eh? Because the hippo, they're only grazer animal. They're just depending on grass.
Hornbill. Ooh. Guinea fowl. Baboons. Peaceful baboons. He is the master. Troop of baboons. He's playing with himself.
Oh my god.
What? What is he doing?
Don't see that every day.
And I've got it all on video. Bit of fighting going on here. Water buffalo. You might not be able to see it, but there is a lizard. Look at that. Our tour of the animal wildlife continues. And by the banks of the Chobe River, a crocodile. Sleeping in the sun. Hippos and buffalo. Baby hippos there too. Another crocodile. Look at that. One lazy crocodile. Lovely trees in the background. A new tour, and we're going to a local village. Okay, we've landed. There's some local children with water, and we're going to see a village. So this is David, our guide for today in this village. And what is the name of the village?
Well, the name of the village is called Kaseno.
Kaseno.
Kaseno village, yes. You are most welcome to Kaseno village.
Thank you very much, David. And it's 60 people live here.
Exactly.
So it's small, and it's your country in Namibia.
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you very much, David.
My pleasure.
So here we are in the village, and it's built on a termite hill because this protects from the flood. The termite hill has built up the land, and therefore it's not a termite hill at the moment, but it's higher than the rest of the area, so it's protected from the floods of the Chobe River. Isn't that fantastic? So this little house is being repaired because it got damaged in the rainfall. You see Marzi and this man is delicately building the framework. The house is made out of clay soil, and it hardens, as you can see on the left hand side, and evidently it's very durable, and yeah, it's obviously a very intricate and very traditional process of building homes in this village. A little house with the owner outside,
Destroyed lots of them.
and you can see this is a very genuine house with this nice tree here, which definitely provides permanent shade because it's evergreen. Fantastic place. This is where they grow vegetables in the village, and it's obviously a communal vegetable patch, a communal allotment for this village. So this is firewood to go on the local fires that cook their food, and that fire is obviously getting ready to cook something, and the washing is drying and the beautiful trees in the background. It might be simple, but it's beautiful. So you can see that this whole village, based on this old termite hill, is much higher than the surrounding fields, which are still wet because it's not really at the end of the dry season yet, at the end of the wet season yet. Some of the local children here. Nice to see you. Now this is an amazing tree trunk, the marbub tree, and if I go up you can see it's got a lot of size to it, and it is evidently a very important tree in Namibia. So this is the baobab, and obviously it's old, ancient, and therefore also beautiful. So there's another mud house here with obviously some support for the roof, and over here is their equivalent of fridge, because there aren't any fridges, and you can see that the meat hangs out and dries out like bouton, I would imagine.
Yes.
So there is the meat hanging out to dry. This meat is covered in salt, and drying out can last for 6 months, and this family living in this home, this is their food for up to the next 6 months. It'll keep them going for quite some time, I think. Isn't that beautiful? The Chobe River, and we're about to go and see some entertainment, I think. So we have some entertainment. wonderful entertainment in front of the shop. Tour over, and we're heading back to the river and back to the boat for our last evening. So back to the boat, and the sun is going down on Africa yet again. Had a good day today. We're having our final dinner. We've seen lots of animals, but more animals are almost certainly to come. Wow. Vincent is being patient as I introduce the guests. Yes. Heather.
Hello.
Gary.
Hi.
Kerry from Australia. Eugene from Northern Ireland. Marzi, David and Nikki have been our companions on this amazing trip. And you can see some kind of black widows on the table to remind us that we are in Africa with beautiful birds. And I hope our food will be as delightful as it has always been. Thank you guys. Happy further holidays. May the best of your past be the worst of your future. That is actually good. So after a good last dinner on the boat, we have a new day. And before we move on to our next destination, we are going on one more game cruise, hopefully to see yet more animals. What a lovely dawn in Africa. On our travels again. Beautiful sunrise. Fish eagle. Fish eagle. Journey's end of our boat tour. This is our sister boat, another Chobe Princess, very similar to our own. And there's three of them, so I'm taking the picture from one, and you can see the other two. And the Chobe River in the background. So we're now moving on to a land lodge, the Chobe Land Game Lodge. So we'll be enjoying safaris by truck. This is the end of our boat trip. Bye bye.
Get your pen out. I'm not picture of it.
Here we are,
It could be
back on land, ready to go to Botswana. We have arrived at our new destination in Botswana, the Chobe Game Lodge. Here is room 105. Marzi's immediately got down to texting, WhatsApping and smoking. Isn't she naughty? So this is our room, and as you can see we're part of quite a big hotel complex here, and we're going to go on lots of safaris for another 3 days. Okay, we're setting off on a land safari now from the Chobe Game Hotel. Impalas. Nice elephants. Flat, cooling themselves down.
Yeah. And if you look at
A majestic giraffe, look at that. How good is that? Loads of impalas. Impalas. Crocodile. How old do you think that big kudu might be?
They say each twist is 3 years. So they live for plus or minus 14 years. So it will be 3, 6, 9, maybe 9.5 or 10 years.
So we have a baby elephant. Very small. How sweet. Monkeys. Monkey. So this is the vehicle we're travelling in. Marzi, you can see in the front there. And we're just taking a little rest. And you can see not far away there are elephants. Ding 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 ding. A new day and a new early morning tour starting. We had a nice tour yesterday. We returned in the dark, so that's why the filming stopped. And we're now in the dark again, but the next day, off we go for a new tour. Ooh. A beautiful sky in the morning in Botswana. The morning is breaking in Africa. Fast after dogs. Speed is about wild dogs, which are over there. Look at the wild dogs. Wild dogs. Wild dogs feeding on an impala. Fascinating. Bits of the impala there, look, they're fighting over it. Go on, who's going to win on that one? It's going to be ripped apart, look, wow.
Yeah, but for them, they are corporate feeders. So and also that's for hunters.
Yeah, so they're breaking it up perhaps.
Yeah.
Bit of a tug of war. Beautiful dog.
They are prey up until it gets tired and they kill. And also they eat their prey while still moving. Whenever they grab the chance, they
Aquellos coches cada que pasa cuando estamos sujetos dentro del parque son los peligrosos. Bueno.
So just in case you thought we were alone, there's practically all the safari watchers in the park here looking at these dogs munching the impala. Here they come, running across the plains. Off for another kill. Jackal. Is it a baby one?
That's a fully grown one. A black-backed jackal.
Buffalo. Many of them.
They are some.
A wild cat. Wild cat. Bending down. Look at that. It's a very peculiar technique. Legs splayed. A crouching giraffe.
Yeah.
On the way back to the lodge now. We've been out for 3.5 hours and it's only 9:30. So on the way back for breakfast. Back at the Chobe Game Lodge and it's time for breakfast. Now for our second excursion of the day. It's 11 o'clock and we're going to go on a boat. We're off. And as usual at the Chobe Game Reserve, the guide is always a lady. All the knowledge is with the women here in Botswana. And we're passing the boats, the Chobe Princesses. I think the one we were on was that on the left there. Down the Chobe River, looking for animals on the Botswana side.
There is a tiny
Baby crocodile. Now what's he going to do now? He's going to stay still.
Son muy estilizados, ¿eh?
He got a bit worried about the boat. We've got a lion up there somewhere. A lion. We have a lion. We have a lion. We have a lion. A nice female lion. Look at that. Let's try to zoom in on it now. There it is, quite clear. Ooh, try to keep it steady. Come on, kitty kitty, come on down and drink. Okay, well, it's still there munching.
Sí, cosa está comiendo así. Parece raro.
Well, that's a better shot, look at that.
Okay.
Goodbye for now. Now, come on, stand up. Come on, boy. Girl, I mean. There she is.
Ya.
No doubting a lion.
Yeah.
Oh, she stopped behind the tree.
Así.
Well, enough of the elusive lion. How about some proud elephants? Not at all camera shy. Lovely elephants doing their thing by the waterside, including pooing by the look of it. The baby's getting a lot of attention in there. They've been cooling down and they're now coming out. This is the small one. There's one here that's taking a bit of an interest in us. Serious mudslinging here, as elephants do. Okay, so whilst we look at these elephants, the lion we looked at is on the move and hopefully will appear. There it comes. There it comes. Just look behind that elephant. And there it comes. Look at that. Beautiful female lion that's been riveting our attention. Look at that. And it's gone behind a tree. She's a bit wary of the elephant, so we think she might not come down for a drink. Right, well, our trip is over, and the boats are returning to the lodge in convoy. And this afternoon, we're going to be doing another land-based safari. We're off on another tour in the afternoon on land, so we're looking forward to new animals. We have another lion. He's just gone. We have two lions.
Are they playing okay? Small.
Two lions. We have two lions. I think they're playing with each other now.
Ah.
There he is. Come this way, please. Off he goes into the sun. He's coming almost this way. we have a leopard.
Tanto
It's a proper sighting of a leopard.
¿lo ves?
Sitting down. Beautiful animal.
¿Qué es? ¿Leopardo? Guepardo. Lo lleva.
A beautiful leopard. Sunbathing by the look of it.
Podía poner al sol.
Hey, se va, que se va.
There he's up. And he's in the sun for a little while. And is he coming this way? Well, it's gone to ground again now. So we might just have to give up on it. On our way back now. The leopard is still sleeping. And it's getting dark now, so next time we'll see you is probably tomorrow morning for another morning ride. Off on another game drive with the lovely Anastasia, Anna, and this is our last one at Chobe Game Lodge. Just see the lions. 3 lions. Oh, there's the male there, I can see him now.
Huh?
Male's eyes are... Sun is coming up in Africa. It has almost risen. Wow. Early morning sun on the trees of Africa as we continue our search for animals. Oh, got some guinea fowl. Ooh. There's some fish eagles up there, look. Ooh. Jackal.
Pues no le hacen mucho caso.
Driving back to the lodge now on our last tour, and we're going to be leaving the Chobe Game Lodge and we'll be going on to Victoria Falls again at the Royal Livingston Hotel. So we've been driven from the Chobe Game Lodge to the Zambezi River, very close to the Chobe River. This is almost where all 4 countries collide, as it were, by the rivers, and we're going to go across the river to Zambia by a small boat. Wow, very interesting border crossing. There's a man packing our bags onto the boat, and we're going to go across the river to Zambia. That's the border between Botswana and Zimbabwe, and we're now turning around with the lovely Marzi, and we're going over to Zambia. Woo! And this is Zambia. Welcome to Zambia, he says. And we have the salespeople. Way! We've almost missed them. Well, we've arrived at the Royal Livingston Hotel in Zambia. Just for one night, but hopefully also see the Victoria Falls from a different angle. We're just getting the luggage unloaded and into our room. Look at that bloke's outfit, look. Woo! I'm not sure you can see that very well. Good. Now look at this outfit. Don't think it's traditional. It's eccentric.
Yeah, it's typical.
Are you the head doorman?
No, the doorman is him.
Who are you then?
Me, I'm the guest relations. I'm a storyteller.
Your guest relations, that's why you're friendly.
Yes.
Thank you, Edward. Oh, this is all very pleasant. So let's see. Back of the hotel. And it's very close to the river here. And as I keep on panning around, you see the current going towards the waterfall. And then we have our rather pleasant pool, which we won't be using, but photograph it nevertheless. Settling in for lunch. We've got Edward in the skirt behind. He was a guest relations officer as we came in. And we're going to have lunch. And then what are we going to do, Marzi? Yes, we're going to walk down to the falls. Again! So this is the back garden of the Royal Livingston, and like I did at Victoria Falls Hotel, I'm going to walk down and take a picture of the mist of the falls. Here we are at the foot of the garden, and we're looking at the falls from a different angle, from the Zambia side. That is Livingston Island. In my previous shots you could hardly see that through the haze and mist of the falls, so we can now. And this afternoon after lunch we are going to see the falls again from the Zambia side. Well, we're on our way to Victoria Falls in a golf buggy from our room, and on the way it seems that the hotel has these live zebras in the ground. Isn't that amazing? How's that? Anyway, next shot's Victoria Falls. Okay, we're into the park, and this is Francis, our guide, who's going to take us all around to see all the wonderful water.
Definitely.
Thank you, Francis.
Yeah.
We've started our walk on the Zambia side. This is called Knife Edge Bridge. We'll be on that in a minute, but beyond that you can see the falls in full motion, and we'll see those closer up as well soon. Okay, we're looking down at Boiling Point. You can actually walk down there and you see the current of the water, and as we pan up you can hear and see the mist of the water and the falls, and up there is Danger Point in Zimbabwe, which we've been to, and it looks misty today as it was when we were there. Tops of the falls creating the mist, Knife Edge Bridge, and as I come back the beauty of the foliage and the trees become visible. Okay, we're at the falls proper, and this is called the Eastern Cataract, the first part of Victoria Falls, and you can see the force of the water is beautiful. Francis, our guide, has just told us that 500 million litres of water come down these falls a minute. The Victoria Falls Bridge. We're approaching Knife Point Bridge now, but that's a view of Victoria Falls Bridge from a different angle than I've done before. Beautiful. Beyond the Victoria Falls Bridge you can just see the Victoria Falls Hotel in the background. This is a rainbow of Rainbow Falls. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. The falls are strong on the Zambia side. We can't even see this from the Zimbabwe side. So we're so pleased we came here. Just look at that over there. The sun is out. The mist is strong and the water is turbulent. The Armchair Falls glistening in the sun. So we've now reached Danger Point, Zambia style. And you can see the bridge in the background, but not much at the moment. We're at Danger Point, Zambia, overlooking Danger Point, Zimbabwe. Rainbow Falls, Rainbow Falls. The rainbow of Rainbow Falls above the Knife Edge Bridge. Wonderful. The bridge and the rainbow. This is madness. Yet more rainbows at the Eastern Cataract as we go back. We're out of the wet bit, coming through this rainforest and returning to another part of the tour. Hello Marty. Hello Francis. Hi. Okay, we now have the David Livingstone statue in the Zambia end of the waterfall. A much honoured man. This is quite interesting. This is the top of the Eastern Cataract. Just as it flows over there with so much force, this is the top. You can see the speed of the water as it starts to descend slowly and then calamitously into boiling pot. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, and then it just falls down over there. Another view of the bridge. You might think we're just continuing filming, but in fact this is a new day. We went back to the hotel, had dinner, got up and come back to the falls in the morning to see them in a different light, morning light. And we're just panning down and you see Boiling Pot. I was calling it Boiling Point a lot yesterday. It is actually called Boiling Point. Now, despite it being a different day, the mist is still apparent. Well, this is the end of the photographic trail, one of 3 kind of walks that you do this side, the Zambia side. And from Victoria Falls Bridge, we come across to see the falls in the distance. Just see them there. Come down to Boiling Pot, where the waters are all turbulent, like a boiling pot. Singing it right this morning. And I come back up the trees, and in the distance you see the Knife Edge Bridge and the falls in the distance. It's a beautiful morning shot. Knife Edge Bridge. That's the route to Danger Point, the second of the routes. I'm not sure we'll do it all today because we don't want to get too wet. Victoria Falls Bridge, the Knife Edge Bridge. At the top of the bridge, getting wet now, so must return, must return. Now that's a shot and a half. People looking at the East Cataract Falls and the rainbow, and it's just majesty. The final walk is the upstream trail where we see the top of the falls, and then we'll call it a day here at Victoria Falls. Okay, at top of the falls, the rainbow is still there. This is the very last scene from Victoria Falls I'm going to do, but it's a beautiful scene, as you can see, over towards Livingston Island, the top of the East Cataract Falls in Victoria Falls. Wow! Back to the hotel for breakfast. Leaving the park now. This is a visitor centre, and you see everyone waiting to go in. We beat most of the crowds by coming early. Bye bye to Victoria Falls for good now. On our way to the airport and to the next section of our holiday, another safari lodge in Zambia. And we're going to fly from Livingston to Lusaka in a prop plane, and as you can tell, it's very small here. Very small plane.
Then quickly press the mask, windows and marks using the elastic band with here at underneath. Secure masks for helping fellow passengers. Please note the bag does not inflate complete.
The falls over there, the falls. And we're taking off with the falls in the background. Arrived in Lusaka, and this is the baggage conveyor belt. Just a table. They are building a new terminal, but at the moment we're just all gathering round a baggage table to collect our baggage before going to an onward flight. Waiting at the airport. At least we've got a bar. It's a very basic airport here. They're building a new one next door. Waiting at the airport, something we often do, but there we can see Zambia in the context of Africa. So we're on our way to the next safari lodge, a small one, only 12 people. And we're on a rough road already, and it's going to be another hour of this. People walking back from church and things. And it's already, we're in the middle of the bush, and we've been told there'll be no Wi-Fi and no TV. So we're having to go slowly over a river now. Look at that, it looks going to be impenetrable. And here we go. This is definitely a rough road. In we go. A river here, and it really is in the jungle. That's great. Look at this, more. Can't see any crocodiles. This is what you think of as a jungle with no proper roads. And we're now about to reach the other side. You know, just to show you there's a real river. Look at that. That's what we're crossing, just in the river. It's a new morning and a new place. We're in Zambia, and what kind of park is it, Ruth?
South Luangwa National Park.
and this particular camp is called?
Sefu camp.
And I can't pronounce any of those. And you can see it's just wonderful. 2 hippos in the river. And this is the accommodation. And we just had breakfast, literally cooked on fires. Excellent start to a new safari day. We're starting our safari with Pius the driver. And let's hope we see lots of things today in this beautiful park. We have a Thornycroft giraffe, which is particular to this area. And they're different to the ones we filmed earlier in Botswana, so there we go. It's named after a British person eating there. A hippo in the trees. Buffalo. So we're now looking at a eland. Much bigger than the impala, as you can see. And very rare evidently. An eland. A very large antelope and very rare. Hippo in the sun. Having a little munch by the look of it.
He's talking.
He's talking. He's quite a big hippo. Beautiful hippo.
Hippo droppings.
Ah, okay.
So when this, the fish is running for the hippo droppings,
They eat it.
they eat it, yes. Because, and then
We have a moving one. Oh, it's gone down again.
lazy, as well as from the back.
The crocodile.
So maybe it's
with
much
its mouth open.
they don't come out quite often.
On our way back now. All these trees are dead because of elephants who eat the bark. So that finishes our morning trip on our first day in Zambian Park. Back to the lodge. Off we go on another safari, and this is going to take us into the night. It's the afternoon of our first day. We haven't seen any animals yet of note, but the most important thing we have seen is a gin and tonic pourer in the name of Paul. And Paul is a lesser spotted gin pourer, and he does this with finesse. Very rare item in African jungle. Sundowners. Leaving now from our stop off, and we hope to see lions. Paul is our light man. He's the one looking for animals with a light, and hopefully we'll see some. Hyena, keep it on there, keep it on there. Oh, it's gone into the grass. There is a hyena walking through the grass at night. So we got something. Way. A new morning. People having breakfast by the river. And today we're going to do something different. We're going on a walking safari. And this means walking around the jungle with a man with a gun and looking for animals on foot. So we have started our walk.
No, I haven't seen that.
We're discussing elephant poo
I don't know.
on our walk in safari. Onwards on our walk. Here we have a beautiful scene of birds and water and greenery. And right in the distance on our walking safari we have an elephant. We've got a bit closer now. Munching. Moving on our walking safari. We're having a coffee stop by the lagoon with lots of lovely birds. Hey Marzi. Here we are on the lookout for animals. On this walking safari, we getting lots of unique perspectives, like we have much more time to look at footprints and animal dung. I am now well familiar with about 20 types of animal dung. Elephant poo. Old buffalo poo. Giraffe poo. Spread out whilst walking. Puckle poo, a bit more elongated than the impala. We're becoming real experts at poo spotting now. And finally, because it's getting beyond a joke now, hippo poo. So this is an unusual Zambezi fig tree. Quite amazing in its structure and the way it's grown over the years. I said I was going to stop doing this, but this is a special one. Hyena poo. Now that really is the final one. This is a hippo and a heron. And it's actually the view from our bedroom window. From our room across the river. How about that then? It's lunchtime now, and the next scenes will probably be after lunch, going on yet another safari. Off again for afternoon safari with Pius and Paul. Paul is our light man, remember? When it gets dark, and we can so far not see much, but it's fun. A beautiful lion sleeping in the grass. We've finally seen a lion. It's a young male. Lazy lion. This is another lion. Look at that, beautiful. There's two males here. There's another one somewhere. The sun is going down and we've got our lions. Oh, he's having a yawn. Beautiful thing. A young male lion. And the other one is still sleeping. There we have lions. Proper lions. Young boys. Stopped for Sandanas, Helmut and Andrea and Paul, the lesser spotted gin supplier, doing his stuff. And we're going to go on and do a night bit after this. Famous Pius, our guide on tonight's, he's just come back from behind the bush. And he's a very good guide. Thank you, Pius, for guiding us and seeing the lions.
You're welcome, you're welcome. Remember, this is where we're looking at in the morning when we heard that tipuku. Yeah. So it was just hiding.
We have a leopard at night walking through the grass. Hyena! Hyena, look at it going into the bush. We have another hyena. Look at this strange neck at the night. Going for something. Beautiful animal. No, it's not. It's really ugly, really. Back from the night part of our safari to our hotel room at night. Off again on another safari ride. A new morning and a new adventure. We have an elephant and a baby. A hyena. Beautiful zebras. A whole herd of them. Wildebeest. Wildebeest. Look at all the wildebeest. Wildebeest. Very small. Wildebeest and zebras. Look at that. Flap, flap, flap. All the bums flapping. We've arrived at a hot spring. Marzi is going to touch the hot water. It's hot. You can see it bubbling and smoking slightly there.
Oh, let me get a good picture.
You can see it's not very deep. Very clear water with fishes in it. Walking back to the car now, having seen the hot springs. Emily, we're in the Great Rift Valley. The same one in Kenya. There's a huge rift out here. It comes all the way into Zambia. And this is obviously part of it. I didn't know that. So off we go again in the car. Hundreds and hundreds of buffalo. Baobab tree in Africa. Beautiful. With all those nests. And we have some lions though. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to see them. There they are. Lions. There they are. Strolling, relaxing.
Yeah, they both look like they are lactating. The teeth are very swollen. Hello, beautiful lady.
Wild dogs. Lots of them. So many of them.
Yeah, 15 of them.
15. Wow. Aren't they beautiful? Not. Everywhere dogs. Coming to the water for a drink. What's the name again, Sebastian?
Blacksmith Lapwing.
On our way back through the river. Up we go. Ooh. On our way back for lunch. The lovely Sebastian. Hello, Sebastian.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, you have been a
How did you enjoy
fantastic
your
guide.
morning?
Fantastic.
Good, thank you.
You have done very, very well driving us for that fantastic trip where we saw so many animals and, of course, the dogs were the highlight. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Another evening safari with Sebastian. Hoping to see even more animals. Last night in this lodge. A Janet on a tree. What an amazing looking creature. Doesn't look like anything I've seen before. A Janet. Just bumped into them. Just look at that. We have them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lions. Oh, look, they're looking very attentive. That's extraordinarily good.
They look very hungry.
They're hungry, are they?
Yeah, they haven't had a good meal for some days, for a few days.
They're all quite small though, aren't they?
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. How about that then? I think they've just killed an impala. Let's hope. There they are, look. They've got one. Wow. Oh, it's a bit bumpy, but I'm trying to get the shot. Oh, look, they're all into the impala. Oh, I can't see anything, but hopefully it will stop. Oh, there we go. We've got him. How about that? A kill. We heard it. Just look at that. Munching yard lions. What an amazing sight. They're all getting their dinner tonight. They were hungry.
So the puku is still alive.
It's still alive?
Now you can hear him.
Oh, poor thing.
Poor thing.
Oh.
I would have thought they wouldn't stand a chance. So killed a puku. God, it's still, is that still the puku?
Yeah.
My God, it's still alive, the poor thing. Now I understand why we were being dark and quiet. You knew this was going to happen, Sebastian?
Yeah, because they were hungry. And even if they've killed this puku, it's not enough for them.
So they had to go and kill it.
Yeah, they might hunt again after this.
Well, I'm glad we stuck with it then. Hyenas are coming now for scraps. Can you hear the... There it is somewhere. That's a hyena. Thinking he's going to get some after. Ooh! Hyenas circling. Meat being eaten. I think the puku is now well and truly gone. You see the blood on their legs, and actually there's not much left of that horrible thing. Ugh. No, it's a puku. They're really going for it. They were hungry lions.
Lions, yes. So any pride, they have to share.
The website's in there.
You can just count how many minutes from there.
Devouring, and there's hyenas waiting in the wings here. There, look. Just, there's another one coming. Hyenas wanting the scraps. What extraordinary size. Oh. They're looking forward to scraps. And I come pan round and you see they're still munching. Munching, munching. Are they trying to scare the lions? No chance. And there's not much of it left. A bit of leg there. Hyenas are up to mischief. They want some. The lions are calming down now. What's the matter? The hyenas are hungry. Still looking for scraps. More and more hyenas are coming. You see the hyena in the background.
More hyenas coming.
More hyenas. They want some of the scraps. They really want some of the scraps. And more of them are here now, wanting to take some of the takings. There can't be much left now. Look at all their red faces. So there we go. the puku has gone. The hyenas will not get much because it's all gone into the tummies of the lions. A disappointed hyena. Not going to get much tonight, mate. So you might as well just go home. Okay, we're coming for the scraps now. They're coming for the scraps. There's still lines there, but they're getting a bit bold. Oh, that's the baby, is it? Baby hyena. Wanting some scraps. Okay, they're beginning to get some. I tell you, there wasn't much left, but they're still going for it. The lions in the background there are still munching on some of the main bits, but the hyenas are now getting a little bit. Leftovers. I think they're going to be disappointed because the lions really went for it. Nothing left over for the hyenas. They're disappointed. We've got something there. We've got something for all that effort. Not much by the look of it, but he's got something. And off they go. I think the show is nearly ended now. The lions are still munching the bones, but really isn't. Oh God, the hyena's going for the lion. The lions are okay though, but they are going to go away. Oh, he's got some food.
The baby begging.
Final scenes. Lion devouring the last bit. Hyena. Oh, has some scraps. The lion wasn't happy. Not with the hyenas, he's not happy. A little scrap there. Right, they're coming close to camp. See over there? They're coming close to camp. There's hippos around. A bit of a fight going on here, I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah, it seems like that's a new male. Maybe trying to take over the pride. But they are reacting to him.
Are these males or females? Are those two males, Sebastian?
Females.
Females. And the male in the background?
Yes.
Those girls are no pushover. I think the male supported and giving you.
So the male at the background is the new boss, is it?
The new boss. So
Yeah.
the females are trying to defend the young ones.
Okay. The male. Trying to assert his independence and control. A male with attitude. Going after the females. Well, after all the action last night, we went back, had a dinner, and now on our last morning safari with Sebastian. And we're still remembering all those lions, but today, who knows what we'll see. We've got another 2 hours to see, hopefully, new animals. buffaloes getting in our way, but still quite tremendous to photograph. They're being spooked by us. Stampede! Stampede! Oh, it's a bit of a slow one, it's a bit old. Come on, get on with it. How do you pronounce it again?
Ground, eh? Hornbill.
There we go.
The hornbill which spends more time on the ground.
Running hippos. Finally got off course. The sun is up and we have returned to the site of the Puku kill, and this is all that's left of it. Green content from the Puku stomach and a very, very, very slight red tint to the mud, but other than that, Puku all gone into lions and hyena tummies. Well, we've returned from our last safari, our last morning in this beautiful safari park in Zambia, and now we're going to go by road to the airport and then on to Lusaka, which is the capital of Zambia, and then on to Johannesburg, the capital of South Africa. So from Zambia, it's goodbye. We're on the road to the airport now. We're doing a river crossing again. Hello! Hi, hi! Oh, the river! Bye! Hey, real Africa. Sitting, fetching water, good stuff. We still haven't crossed the river. Little villages on the way to the airport. Bye! Washing being done. Hello! Making mud bricks for the houses. Back to a real road, away from the traditional farming and fishing villages. We're back onto the main road, heading for the airport. Roadside shops selling all manner of things. Locals going around doing their business. Beauty shops, our luggage is being loaded and we're ready to go to Lusaka and then on to Johannesburg. Wow. Well, it's a new day and a very different place to where we've been. We're in the Residence Hotel, in the lounge of the Residence Hotel in Johannesburg, awaiting a guide to take us to Soweto. Everything will be very different to the safari. Marty's got Wi-Fi, that's different too. We're beginning with Nelson Mandela's house, the place where he died, all fully gated and very secure. Nelson Mandela's house. Right, we've just stopped to overlook the northern part of Johannesburg, and you can see it's not that pretty, but anyway, we're taking the pictures of it anyway. We're just continuing our tour of Johannesburg and Soweto. And we're leaving Upper Halton now and see more stuff. The towers of Johannesburg.
In 1970s, there were only
Off outside the FNB Stadium with a capacity now of 90,000, and it's obviously quite well designed, modern, home of some football team called Kaiser Chiefs, I think. But there we are, unusual architecture, but beautiful. From the FNB Stadium ticket office, we come across to the man-made hills of Johannesburg, made from the gold mines. Interesting, Johannesburg. It's very different to what I remember 30 years ago, where less walls and much smaller. We've arrived in Soweto, short for South Western Township. You see the arty vuvuzelas in the background. This is a modern part, a high-class part. We're going to see poorer parts. This place is where all the blacks were forced out from the centre of Johannesburg before the Second World War. Segregation and apartheid was the norm, with English rule. Very bad. From the rich area of Soweto, up here on the hill, we look down towards the poorer area, much poorer area in the distance, and we're going there. So this is the original Soweto mining settlement where all the black miners stayed, forced to stay because they weren't allowed to stay nearer the mines in Johannesburg. Still now has free kind of council house accommodation. No inside toilets. You see the portaloos there. Each of these just one room for families, sometimes as many as 10. Not very good conditions, and evidently this is not the poorest part of Soweto. So God knows what we're going to see soon. We're on the outskirts of the poor area now. People getting their water from this mains pipe because there's no water in their homes. Tumble dryer, Soweto style. Dun, dun, dun. The backs of the mining community. Colourful cooling towers from a former power station.
It was closed down in 1997 because
the old cooling towers outside Soweto, once a power station, now a bungee jumping centre. And obviously the towers have been decorated. Amazing. And inside we have restaurants and evidently a club and dance music stuff. Just come to the outskirts of Soweto, and we are now going to look at an informal settlement, which is really where the poorest of poor live. Migrants who come to Africa, to Johannesburg, nowhere to go, unemployed. They just shack up in these old corrugated boxes. Too hot in the summer, too cold in the winter. And you can see that it's just a jungle of corrugated iron. No sanitation, no running water. And what electricity there is hardly visible from what I'm seeing here. People just lying in the road, sitting around. Some nice music going on, but very poor. Just awful conditions.
with a higher price.
Look at it.
So if you can't afford to buy that land,
Awful.
you'd rather build your house next to the riverbank.
Just look at those conditions of the houses. Just awful. Local markets, local taxis, life in Soweto. So we just arrived in Freedom Square, a square that represents freedom from apartheid. Lots of battles post-war in the 50s took place with demonstrations here. It's been renamed now, I can't pronounce it, but Freedom Square, Soweto. Here we are in Freedom Square, and we can listen to the sounds of someone singing about Mandela, where he fought so many battles here. History of presidents.
ANC is the African National Congress, is our ruling party, of course, as you know. That's our current president. 7 years.
Overlooking the homes of Soweto from the square, Freedom Square. Just on our way back to see more famous people's houses, we stopped off because this informal settlement is just poverty personified. Toilets in the foreground, I can almost smell them, I can't get that on camera. People drying their washing out. No signs of fresh water, no signs of electricity. Pure, abject poverty on the outskirts of Soweto. Just awful conditions.
We call these houses an elephant houses because the roof of the house looks like the back of the elephant.
Ex-British troop houses in Soweto. Other finger signs that people use to hail taxis. They tell the taxi where they want to go, so the taxi knows where they want to go and decides whether to pick them up. And obviously it's a complicated system. It's only for the local taxis, for the locals, where obviously the money is cheap. It's not for tourists. We've come to the memorial of Hector Peterson, a young boy shot dead by police in student riots in the 70s. Quite gruesome, an iconic picture, evidently. This is the memorial, can't really see it in the darkness, but ironically there's a whole bunch of police here coming to see it. Obviously very different type of police to the ones that shot all these students in student demonstrations. Lots of police enjoying the memorial. Here's another part of it, some peaceful waterfalls cascading down, down and down. And in the distance you can see more of Soweto and the buses. Going to visit Mandela House now, where Nelson Mandela lived with Winnie before the prison. I think that must be the house number. So this is the outside of Mandela's house, where he lived here with his first wife and then Winnie, and all the way up to when he was imprisoned. And we're on a tour. You see Marty fascinated with what's going on. A simple house, like with so many freedom fighters and important people of history living modestly in Soweto. Talking about the restoration of the house there. Going in for the next part of our tour into the real house. Obviously all the external bits are done for tourists much more recently.
So there you see the boxing belt. It was a gift from American boxer Sugar Ray Leonard. Then you see the military boots, one pair for Winnie and 2 pairs for Mandela. You see some of the letters Mandela wrote the time he was in prison. Nelson Mandela and Desmond Tutu were living in the same street, this street, Vilakazi Street. It's the only street in the world with 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners. Here, there's a shower room. In the shower room, there was no running. Excuse me.
I assume this was the bedroom.
Apartheid, which was against the apartheid system.
A museum now, obviously.
There's a cold stove there. That one is not a normal one.
That's a picture of Winnie in the house. The picture of Nelson in the background. This is when Nelson Mandela was freed from prison. There's Winnie there. A picture of Nelson in his younger years with presumably his dog outside this very house. All this old, presumably reproduced furniture. Looks quite new. Presumably an original chair from the Mandela household. Nice comfy one by look. And you pan up and you see the small little windows. This hasn't been stored so much. Evidently the table is an original from the house. And this is the main room here, which was also the kitchen in the old days. Right, coming out now, Marzi outside the Nelson Mandela house, and we're going on to yet another house, I think, or something. And now we have Marzi at the back of the house, and we're on our way out proper now. And as you would expect, outside all good tourist attractions are tourist shops selling usual rubbish. Right, we're coming up to Tutu's home now, and it's not a museum because he still lives there. It's the one in the background there. The wall of Tutu's home, the back wall by the look of it. And you can just see his house beyond the wall and beyond those trees. I'm being a bit of a spy here, climbing on top of a table. You can just see some of his house there. Woo! Obviously quite nice in there. So we have the garage part and the top floor of Tutu's house, where he still lives here in Soweto. So I think that's enough for Tutu's house. And spying on him, So last and probably least is Winnie Mandela's house, where she still lives now, or part of the time. She only has houses in the Eastern Cape. But look at that, lots of high walls. Not a bad position really. Last seen from Soweto, a city or township of contrasts. We've arrived at the Apartheid Museum and we're about to go in. Now which gate will Marty go through? Going on in. Oh, she's going through the white one. Off we go in. So we're outside the museum proper and it says no photography, damn it. So you'll just have to imagine that there's lots of history of South Africa in this Apartheid Museum in Johannesburg. Coming back now from the museum in a taxi to the hotel. A long day of education about the rich history of Johannesburg and South Africa. Well, back at the residence. It's got some money. There's Lucky holding my bag. And the reason I want to film is not just to show the front of the hotel and Lucky, it's also show you they've got this rather lovely car, the Rolls Royce. And tonight we're going to be taken to dinner at a restaurant close by in that Rolls Royce. We're ready to go out now. Marzi's getting a key ready. This is just the lounge part of our suite with a fantastic chandelier. Look at that. And we're off to a grill place, which should be hopefully nice. Here's our rolls. Lucky, and he's going to take us in that machine. It's not often I go in Rolls Royces to a local restaurant. Okay, Marzi's getting into the back seat of the Rolls with a huge leg room. She's going to enjoy this. Lucky's getting into the car. How old is this, do you know?
It's a 1999 model.
Look at all this tradition, look at the woodwork and the leather.
Yeah.
Oh Lucky, we're so privileged, thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure, and thank you so much for choosing the Residence Hotel.
Oh, it was no problem at all.
Thank you.
Here we go, look at the lovely leather. We're going to our meal tonight with Lucky the driver in this posh Rolls Royce. And Marzi is just in her element, she loves it. Drinks and real glasses supplied, but we won't need this on our short journey because we're going to a restaurant, but just nice to look at it. Look at that clock there. It's not right, but it's good. Okay, we're out of the Rolls and we're going in to see a restaurant. Hi Lucky, and it's in there, is it?
Yes.
I love Lucky's parking. Look at how he's tight into the curb. The Zone Complex.
Yeah, called Rossbank. Zone of Rossbank.
Okay, we're going to get a table now in this grill restaurant and the coffee maitre d'. Let's see where we're going to go. So we have a table now in the centre of the restaurant. Mars is going to sit down. And you can see there's a lot of buzz in this restaurant in the Zone. I've got ice, I've got wine, I've also got some of Marzi's chicken livers, and I've got Marzi herself in this amazing restaurant. I don't think we need to film much more, but I can tell you that the atmosphere is great. We're in the Zone, we're in this fantastic grill restaurant. That's a night in Johannesburg.
We enjoyed your food, yeah?
I'm glad we enjoyed our food, and I'm glad we're coming back in the Rolls.
Thank you.
And I just don't believe this, look. He's even got music playing for us.
Yeah, this is yours.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
But we're in South Africa, not Argentina. Lucky's taking us back now, and I'm going to film one last scene before we go to bed of the lovely Marzi, who looks suitably impressed with the Rolls Royce treatment. And tomorrow we're going to where? Marzi.
Mozambique.
She got it right again, yeah! Mozambique. We're on our way to the next hotel. Woo! In Mozambique. Anantara Resort in Bezaruto Island, Mozambique. It is in fact the second morning here. Yesterday was a washout, it was raining and horrible, so I'm pretending this is the beginning of our island break, and hopefully the weather today will be much better. It at the moment looks promising with only a few clouds in the sky. We're on a boat and we're going to go snorkeling. Yes. And hopefully the sun will come out soon. All the hotel rooms from the beach. Our room is one of those on the right hand section there. The sun is out. The waters look clear, but I can't see any fish as yet. Marley trying to get the snorkel gear on. It makes you 10 years younger. Okay, Marley is now getting in. She doesn't think she's saying. Not with that life jacket on. In she goes. Ozzy's in at last looking at the fishes. Along with the children.
Are you okay, babe? Yeah.
So I'll hold it now. Marty looking at the fishes and the island in the background. One intriguing aspect of this island is there's no jetty. So when people leave or come, they have to walk through the water, and because it's so shallow for a long way, it's quite a walk. There's a guy with the suitcase there, and it's quite a walk for the transfers. Quite amazing. There's a boat there with some of the luggage, but you can tell that it's quite a thing to get off and on the island, involving lots of water walks. Now, if you want dedication to duty, our maid here is looking after our room and making up an elephant on our newly changed bed. Isn't that beautiful? What's your name?
Olga.
Thank you, Olga. What a beautiful work of art that is. Look at that.
Thank you.
And this is the finished work of art. Wow, and all those flowers just come from outside in the garden. Elephant. The weather is now beautiful. The sea is out. The sand is fantastic. Those are our beach villas down there. Not all of them ours, but we'll take one of them. And then here, with our coconut juice, or water I should say, is the lovely Marzi. And we're enjoying it here, aren't we, Marzi?
Very much.
It's fantastic. This is what it's like. It's about, must be 27, 28 now, dry, beautiful. So this is our beach villa. Wonderful. See the bird bath, which always gives me the clue that we're here. Beautiful foliage, beautiful beach, beautiful sky. I'm going home now to this beach villa for a siesta. Snorkeling day 2. And the sun is coming out in bits. You're going to be brave. And off we go. There's our room around there. Off we go to the diving site. Okay, Marzi getting in for the second day running. Weather's better.
Yeah, because the waves come fast.
Marzi's in, looking at the fish. Woo! Time for me to get in now. Woo! Back out of the water now. Everyone, smile. Marzi, did you enjoy it?
Yes, very much.
Lots of fishes. Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Excellent. So we're back to shore now, I think. Hey! Way! Good trip, thanks guys. Marzi's enjoyed her swim. And we're back to the island. celebration of someone leaving, I think, there. People look going into the water to get the boat to the mainland. This is the welcoming and the leaving party for guests. We had this when we arrived. Beautiful, isn't it? And we'll see more of this when we leave. Excellent. Still going, and they're seeing off that boat, which is one of the transfer boats. And we'll have that at the end of the week, but we've still got a few more days, so just enjoy their backs now. We're going to set off for a walk now, down to the end of the beach. Marzi is standing outside our room, and the weather is just perfect. And we just had a beautiful swim, snorkeling, and now we're going to have a beautiful walk. Leaving our room for our walk. There's the wonderful Marzi and the wonderful sea and the wonderful beach. Marzi's looking for treasure in the form of animal shells. A silhouette of Marzi on this beautiful beach. The beauty of Bazarutu Beach. Shallow. Tide going out now. Well, we've come to the end of our walk along this beach. We're not making it all the way to the end of the bay, but we've come to these local fishing boats. Aren't they just beautiful in their simplicity and colour? I really like this, and the tide is out, the sea is blue, and the boats are green, yellow and red. Boing! So these are the local shops for the village?
Excuse me?
Are they shops for the village?
The shop for the village, yes.
What's the village called?
The Melita place.
It's very quaint. And the boats are yours out there?
Yeah, for us, yes.
Excellent, thank you. A simple shopping centre in this village. And you can see the thatched huts. Very beautiful, just near the beach.
Thanks.
This is a shut village shop. So this is the shopping centre. The village is further inland. And we'll see villages, I think, later on our travels. Looking from the village shops towards the Marzi. So we've arrived back from our walk. We're on our villa balcony, showered and refreshed, looking out at our private 2 chairs, out towards the beach and the sea beyond. Next stop, lunch, wine and siesta. What a tough life it is here on Bazaruto Island. Sun setting, Manantara. I'm enjoying a pina colada as the sun disappears from Bazaruto Island. Okay, we're off on another trip, this time to Paradise Island, which I've been calling Fantasy Island. Marzi in charge. The dunes of Bazaruto Island receding into the background.
Of them.
Dolphins in the water, isn't it lovely? Just pausing on our way to Paradise Island. There are, there's a few over there, look.
It's simple pie.
Lots of dolphins. Here they come again. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. Oh, we can hear them. And see them underwater just. Continuing our trip to Paradise Island. Seeing some lots of lovely dolphins. Paradise Island. Paradise Island.
No sharks. No sharks.
You see all the fish from up here, which is nice, so I can film them. Don't like the look of that. That looks like it could sting you. Oh look. All the fish going for the bread, but there's a jellyfish lurking there. Go for it.
Right.
Reef is very clear here. And Marzi is about to enter the water for the third time. Marzi. Go in, Marzi. Woo, she's in. Marzi now looking at the fishes. So we'll hold the film again because I'm going to go in and join her. Back out the water now. Still see menacing jellyfish in the water. Other people still snorkeling. And Paradise Island in the background. You got stung by the jellyfish. And I'm going to do a close-up. Point to it. Oh look, jellyfish. You're brave. You have a reef shark over there. Looks like they're eating. You just see the tips of their... the clear waters, and you can see all the fish swimming above the reef. And above that we have Paradise Island, and in the distance Bazaruto Island. How good is that? So we're going to leave this snorkeling spot with all the fish and head for the beach. Derelict buildings on Fantasy. No, it's not Fantasy, it is Paradise Island. Don't look too safe. Some local fishermen there. Yeah. And they've got some fish in their boat. Okay, we're approaching the beach where we're going to stay on Paradise Island for the next hour or so. The boys on our boat unloading our lunch and other things. Going to be very luxurious on this beach today. So we're now going for a walk around the island with Juma. Just beautiful here. Onwards. We have reached a derelict hotel. It's been derelict for almost 50 years. And it's like going through a little ghost town here. Very different to the beach. The remains of Paradise Hotel on this Paradise Island. This used to be a posh walkway, but now it's just crumbling. It's incredible. It's almost like a kind of Walking of the Dead zombie movie set. More ruins of Paradise Hotel. The island is not actually called Paradise Island. It's got its name, its local kind of nickname from the hotel. It's got a Portuguese name, which is Santa Maria something. There's an old church there. It's also in ruins. And looking out now towards the sea, and in the distance I think that's Bazaruto Island. More crumbling ruins. The contrast between what must have been a quite majestic building and now, in the context of this beautiful turquoise sea, is quite striking. An old viewing point of the sea, but look at it now over here. It's almost like Aleppo. A bomb's hit it. Crumbling, ruined, collapsed. So we're standing in the derelict hotel, and the real name of the island is
Santa Carolina.
And overlooking Bazaruto, and underneath those dunes, Anantara.
Yes.
And that's where we come from. So here we are at the Paradise Hotel, not as good as it used to be, but still the sea behind us and Bazaruto Island beyond is a beautiful sight to behold, and we're enjoying being here, and we're going to have a fantastic lunch. Everywhere, the ruins of former glory. It's rather like going around the Titanic once it's sunk, isn't it? You have to imagine what it must have been like when it was all full of grace and a 5-star hotel. I'm frankly amazed that we're allowed to walk around this ruin, which is clearly crumbling by the week. But nevertheless, it's quite good fun. Is this floor safe or not? And as one keeps on walking around the place, we realise that we are in fact in a very dangerous ruin here. Not at all safe. Walking away now from the ruins. If there was ever anything to prove that this hotel is not totally safe, that staircase, almost unrecognisable, proves the case. And look, there's even an old bathtub at the bottom. Coming back to the beach for our lunch. As you see, this is an old disused airfield here. Everything disused and derelict. Walking back now through the jungle bit of the island. Not much signs of big wildlife. Okay, back at base camp and lunch. Oh, that looks promising. Excellent barbecue on the beach.
Yeah.
Hey, well, we love going round the old hotel. Reminds me of the Anantara, actually. Okay, we've just had lunch on this beautiful island. My tummy is big, and you've got me twice on this video in just a few minutes. So we're now going to make a preparation to go yonder back to our hotel on Bazaruto Island for another siesta and evening dinner, and we still got one more day to discover the Bazaruto Island tomorrow. Yeah! Okay, we're packing up and we're going back to the hotel, having had a really lovely stay on Paradise Island. So, siesta and dinner, and then our last day. A new morning at Anantara. I'm on the balcony in front of the beach in the main part of the hotel, and I pan up and you see the swimming pool where we're spending a lot of our time today because it's our last full day. But before we go down there, we're on a trip round the island to see more beautiful things outside this hotel. So we're off on our tour. We're in a car like that one we see opposite, and we're going to see more of the island. Oh, look at this, very different to inside the hotel. Sandy roads and dunes in the background. And we have a freshwater lake beneath the dunes. So we've stopped off by this freshwater lake. No signs of crocodiles as yet, just the dunes. And we come round and we see the lovely Marzi and this car that we're travelling in, and we keep on coming round to see the foliage and our guide Afonso. Give us a wave. Yay, thank you.
This guy is just
these are goats.
Go up, not down again.
But the goats mustn't get too close to this, because in there are greedy, hungry crocodiles. Oh, we had the crocodile, but it's gone. You can just see him in the water, head poking up. There it is. Crocodile's Head in the lake, which is crocodile infested. Whoa, what's the lake called again? Langwa Lake. Looking out for crocodiles on the way down to these lakes. Everywhere lakes, dunes, everything's really nice here. Another beautiful lake. There are 7 lakes on this island that never dry up. Freshwater lakes, infested with crocodiles. Dunes not far away. Wow. We're going to go dune climbing now. Mars is already setting off. There's the dune with some birds on it. So we have monkey tracks on the dune. And there is the monkey Marzi. And there are the dunes. It's like being in the desert now. We're on top of the dunes now, and it's a very different environment to the lakes and the foliage you've just been seeing. Where now it's like in the middle of a desert or a Star Wars scene. Silence, monkey tracks are the only evidence of life. And we come round and you can see it's an amazing place on Bazaruto Island. Continuing our dune walking. Dune walking on Bazaruto Island. Desolation, beauty, everything that you would want. Dune, foliage and jungle, sea, and another freshwater lake. Sums up this island, just beautiful. We can see some monkeys on the other side of the lake. The Amarolo tree. And Afonso brings us back to the edge of the lake, and our transport miraculously has appeared for the onward journey. Going on down. Quite steep. Come on, Marzi, go. You can jump on it. Monkeys over there. It's just beautiful here. Look at this. Dunes, monkeys, reeds, fresh water. And somewhere in there, loads of crocodiles, which we can't see. Now I'm going down. Woo! It's a bit too steep to film. Woo! Peaceful Bazaruto community. There's the water. Isn't that beautiful? Hi. Beautiful little communities. Peaceful. So we've stopped at a school with lots of friendly children. Hello. How are you? Everyone very happy? Hello. They're all very friendly. Look at this. Hello, children.
Hello, children.
I teach you English. I love you.
I love you.
This is brilliant.
This is brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Leaving the school now. What lovely children. Another beautiful village scene. Everything is peaceful. They're out tending their crops. Everything is peaceful here in Bazaruto. Ouch! Except the fact that I got hit by a branch. A woman tending her plot, growing. Everything is close to nature here. And as I pan round, you see these beautiful huts. Peaceful. No sign of poverty. Simplicity, beauty, peaceful, lovely. And then there's the beautiful Marzi kind of interrupting the peace. More peaceful villages. So we're looking out at yet another village, and you can see the washing hanging out in the distance. This is all their accommodation. The more traditional ones are up there, and obviously hand-built. But people who've got a little bit of money build now these corrugated iron ones, which are a sign that they've got a little bit more wealth. But as you can see, it's all very simple. I love the bucket hanging from that tree. Another beautiful scene of village life on Bazaruto. We're coming to the end of our tour of the island now. Everyone seems very happy and friendly. Everyone peaceful, going about their businesses. Local water stop. A final village scene. Deserted at the moment, but look, isn't it beautiful? Simple buildings, beautiful flower trees. Bazaruto, beautiful island. To the hotel, and I have to say it's like a different world. All cultivated and manicured. But it's been a fantastic trip. From the dunes and the freshwater lakes and the flora and fauna and local villages of Bazaruto, we're now back at the hotel Anantara, enjoying the manicured beautiful beauty of the swimming pool and its surrounding trees. We're coming to the end of our holiday now, and I'm going to do a little resume in front of the camera to just remind ourselves how wonderful it's been. Well, I'm back again, and I'm really thinking it's towards the end of our video, perhaps just one more to say goodbye to the dancers when we leave the island. But time to reminisce. We have seen so many things. We went to Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. We saw the water and got very wet. We've been on safari. We've been in trucks. We've been on boats. We have walked through the jungle. We have seen leopards. We have seen lions. We have seen elephants, and the list goes on. We have come to Mozambique, in this beautiful island of Bazaruto, in this beautiful resort of Anantara. The holiday has been superb, but it's now closing. So until our final boat leaves the island, it is goodbye. Our leaving boat is moored, and the clue to the musical farewell is there in the sand in the foreground. Okay, it's our send-off. This is just for us. Love those maracas. The sun has come out on our farewell party here. In the background you see the general manager leaving Club Naval for the last time. We're moving. We're moving. So goodbye to Anantara, people waving in the background. That's it. Off to London. Ugh.